Hi everybody, I'm Colleen Roberts. We are having This Week from City Hall with a little bit of a twist today. We are talking about a special challenge between some of our city employees. This is Kristen Willis of the American Red Cross. You've probably seen her bebopping around town and helping out the Red Cross with blood drives and donations. And she's here today to talk about this particular event. Now this is called Battle of the Badges. What exactly is the Battle of the Badges?
The Battle of the Badges is a friendly competition between the fire department and the police department. It's to bring them together and help us educate the community on the importance of donating. So our plan is to have a blood drive at Temple Church. They're willing to partner with us this year, and we're hoping to collect 150 pints, If we collected 150 pints, that would save potentially 450 people in one day.
Wow, that's a lot. So the date is July 12th, and it's 1 to 7 p.m. Again, it's at Temple Church. We are expecting so many people to come, and we needed a big place where folks could park and easily get in and out during their donation times. And I know a lot of people are going to watch this and say, I'm going to mark my calendar for July 12th. It's 1 to 7. I'm going to stop by on my lunch break or after work. But you really recommend they make an appointment.
I do. Appointments are nice because you could come and get in and get out. And for those that walk in, we have to honor our appointments. Sometimes it's not a perfect world. You may have to wait, but you still have that appointment, and we're going to honor you first. Now, for the donors that can't make an appointment that day, we do try our best to get those walk-ins first in as well, because they are just as important. Especially the day of the blood drive.
Now, are you looking for particular blood types, or would you like everyone to come?
That's a good question. So as of last Monday, we have issued a critical appeal in the whole country. That's a critical need for every single blood type. So all 8 types are so important, and with Independence Day being on Wednesday, there's going to be more people on the road, more boat traffic, and so our donations typically decline, this week and next week, but the increase of blood is needed.
You guys have this great list on your website, and I hope you'll remind people of it, but there's been this theory or I don't know, maybe a rumor that I can't give because I'm on prescription medication, which drives some people away, but you accept lots of different medications.
We do, and so the FDA sets those standards for the American Red Cross, and that list is changing monthly. I mean, every day when I'm at a blood drive and I see it, I see updates. But the main medications is the prescription, blood thinner. We, don't want you to donate, but you can still help by filling that gap and still help recruit your family or friends. But there's also travel. Travel's a big thing, especially in here in New Bern, but that list changes all the time. And then the biggest thing, though, here in New Bern, and even Craven County alone, is people just assume if they've had a tattoo, they can't donate. Well, the good thing about that is you can donate as long as you got it done at a licensed facility. You can donate if you get a tattoo today. You can donate tomorrow as long as you're not having a reaction from the ink. But you could always go on AmericanRedCrossBlood.org and look that stuff up, or you can call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
Another one that people have asked me about are piercings.
Piercings is a newer deferral, about 1.5 years old. If you've had any type of piercing in the last year, as long as it was done with a needle, you can donate. But if you get it done with a gun, you're deferred for a year.
Okay. And I won't go through the entire list, but I also wanted to let pregnant women and women who have just given birth, what's the deal with them?
Pregnant women, you cannot donate, but as soon as you give birth to your precious baby, as long as you get released from your doctor, so we recommend about 6 weeks for that.
So 6 weeks post-birth you can also give. And you say that blood donations typically decline in the summertime, and I know it's because a lot of people are traveling, but I feel like the need is greater because we're kind of increasing the propensity for accidents.
It's true, but honestly, every single day is so important because the American Red Cross has to collect 48,000 units daily. And I always like to remind people, it's great that we can go on vacation, but those patients can't go on vacation. They depend on that life-saving blood. And another thing with the summer months, our high schools are some of our biggest blood drives. And our colleges, well, high school is out during the summer and our colleges, trickle down. So it's a lot harder to collect blood product during the summer because of those main reasons.
You guys have put so much hard work into this day, July 12th, from 1 to 7 p.m. And we've been part of a committee trying to get things organized, but it's going to be really neat because firefighters and police officers are going to be there. Our folks who are working that day won't be able to give because we need them as prepped and ready as possible to respond to an emergency if one were to happen. But they're going to come out and thank people for giving. These are our emergency responders. They're on the front lines. They see people every day who they know once they get to the hospital are going to need blood. But we're going to have a fire truck there and a police cruiser there. There's free childcare while you give. I mean,
yes,
that's such a great opportunity. And food.
Yes, and food for lunch and dinner. And there's going to be really excellent baked goods as well. So you don't want to miss out. You're not going to have the standard American Red Cross cookies and pretzels. I can assure you that.
New Bern has responded. I also want to let city employees know who are going to be giving that day, the ones who can. For every city employee who gives that day, they will get, thanks to Danny Strange, they will get a gift certificate to Annabelle's or Friday Seafood, so that's really neat. And then, so you're going to have to walk into the blood drive and decide whether you're giving for fire rescue or you're giving for the police department. And at the end, we're going to tally them all up and see who has brought in the most blood units. And the winning team, either our fire rescue guys or our police department guys and gals, are going to get a free catered lunch from the Flames. So we're really excited about the challenge. And that'll be an exciting day to see who comes out on top. And I want to remind people of date and time. So July 12th, 1 to 7 p.m. What is the best way to make an appointment?
You can contact me personally by cell phone. You can text me or call me. I prefer text. But my number is 252-341-1325. Or you can go on the website, www.redcrossblood.org, and find Temple Church. Or if you have this amazing American Red Cross Blood app, you could easily schedule your appointment through there. So there's multiple outlets on how to schedule an appointment, but I cannot stress enough, if you can, go ahead and schedule. Go ahead and schedule, because if we know we have a lot of people coming out that's going to be more than 180 people, we can get more staff there to help with the need.
And lastly, challenges are always very fun, but at the root of the issue is a critical need for blood. And I know you like to talk about that to people. The police department and fire department are probably at this moment, talking smack to each other about this challenge, but really it's about saving lives.
It is, and with me being my age, I can't even count on my fingers and toes on how many people I know, even my family, that has needed blood. And one of the most recent stories, my granddad depended on blood product for 6 years of his life. In the last year, he was getting blood products every single week. And one of the very last transfusions, we waited for 7 hours for that perfect match. And it's devastating, and thankfully it wasn't a life or death situation. And we did finally get the perfect match. But it's people like this community that comes out and gives hope for those families, because yes, I would love to go on vacation, but when you're part of that family that is depending on the community for donating blood product, you're just thankful and praying that it comes through, because you honestly will never know until you're in that situation, and it's not a good feeling. But just always remember that one pint can save up to 3 lives. 3 lives, and it comes back here. American Red Cross is the main supplier here at Carolina East, and one of the main suppliers at Vida in Greenville. So it's highly important. People need it every single day. Every 2 seconds, someone is receiving blood product.
I have a family member who is an EMT, and he says, we are very familiar with the golden cooler, at the hospital for folks who need that critical blood in an emergency. So mark it on your calendar. July 12th from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's going to be at Temple Church. We're going to have a lot of fun things in store, and food and camaraderie amongst our staff. We hope we can rely on you to respond to this challenge. Go ahead and make an appointment. That'll make it easier to get in and out. Anything lastly that you'd like to add, Krista?
I think we're good. Yeah.
We hope to see you on July 12th. Have a great afternoon, everybody, and thanks for joining us for This Week from City Hall.